But what's good, people? What is up? What is they went from the 4th level of hell and sent us down to the 7th level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. What he had on looked like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Yala Van Zap's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. Yeah. Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. Hit me up in my DMs. I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue Josh strap or something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Oh, yeah. It's time, huh? Hey, y'all. Hey. We are here. We're here. Yeah. It's a wonderful Wednesday, and we're here to shoot the shit. Why I feel like it's dark in here? Oh, because this hat is just clouding the. Because I know the light is on. It just feels dark in here for some reason. Can y'all see me okay? Is the lighting okay? All right. Okay. Anyway, what's going on, my people? My wonderful pupils. What is going on? Hold on. Y'all see, I had to shout out Medusa. Shout out to Medusa. You've seen her on here, and you see me on panels with her. They featured her on what's that one of those Instagram pages on site or whatever. I'm gonna put it in the members only chat so y'all can see it. But they shouted her out on the on one of her TikToks on one of those Instagram pages on site, and she's blowing up. So shout out to her. I'm posted on my see if I can post it on my, will it let me post it on my, will it let me, oh, there it is. Anyway, but yeah, let me say hey to y'all, because I'm over here wasting time. Hey y'all, hey Mamiana, Cassandra, Gabby, Universal Goddess. What's going on, y'all? Lovely 31 Blueprint. You can't just keep changing these pictures on me, Lovely 31 Blueprint. You know we love seeing you over here. She be changing that avatar, honey. I still know it's you. Hey Tracy W. L. Sid. Um, hold on. Hold on. Anyway, where am I at? I was saying, hey, L Sid, what's going on? Montrez, what's good, bruh? I always say the same thing to Montrez every day. I always say, what's good, bruh? Now, if I change that up, he might feel some kind of way. Oh man. Hey Crispies, what's going on over there? You out of school yet? Nah, it's 2 o'clock over there, Crispies. You probably still in class. Cha. Anyway, but hey everybody. Let me let me let the people on Instagram know. I'm sorry, this is why I can't go on Instagram. Because my Instagram is filled with shit to distract me. Just all kinds of, Jesus, delectable goodness. Um, yeah, yeah. On my Instagram, it's just a mess. Shout out to the old school people who used to be here for Sexy Sundays when we used to go through and look at all of the Instagram thirst traps. I miss those days. Um, I miss those days. How many of y'all miss the days of Sexy Sundays when we used to look at the menses? Oh, it was so good. And that's how my Instagram page is filled with nothing but men's, and nothing but men's. I might have to do for the old people. I might have to do a Sexy Sunday. I might do it members only or something like that. Yeah, I might do it members only. Yeah, would y'all come members or something? Because everybody don't want to see all that. Everybody don't be wanting to see all that. So we have to do it in members only. So we know, we got the people who want to see it because everybody don't be wanting to see all that. Y'all don't be wanting to see these men's, in various stages of undress, scantily clad, muscles bulging, sweat glistening off their bodies and stuff like that, melanin popping and shit. Y'all don't be wanting to see all of that shit. So I might have to, relegate it to members only because I don't want to do that to my audience. I just don't want to do that to everybody. I'm just saying, girl. Anyway, so let's y'all ready to delve into the dossier? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Is we ready? Is we ready to delve into the dossier? Mm, mm. Uh, let's see here. Hey, Catherine Powell. How are you doing today, ma'am? All right. And no, what is wrong here? There we go. There we go. All right, let's do the damn thing. So we start. Oh, I'm sorry. I should probably let you know I'm starting off with my sugar spike segment. So, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, you know what time it is. It's time for your sugar spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So now, I want to fight. that he gave his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe
Major sugar spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. So listen, I'm starting off with a story that I've really been avoiding. I've been avoiding this story for some time now. The This has been on my radar for almost a year now. And I've really been following it quite closely, with some close confidants. Um, but something has to be said about what's being done to black women in positions of power around this country. We have the curious case of Kim Fox, District Attorney Kim Fox, up there in the great city of Chicago, and the travesty of justice with her up there. And now, what we're going to highlight today is Marilyn Mosby, because she's been in the news. It's finally getting traction with some of the mainstream media. Shout out to April Ryan, who brought it to the attention of the White House from the she brought it up to the White House press secretary. What is the president going to do about the situation with Marilyn Mosby? Because this is a phenomenal travesty of justice. The woman has been convicted and is facing 40 years in prison. You want to know why? Because she was a black woman in positions of power and decided to do the right thing for black people. They convicted her because she took $90,000 of her own money and used it during the pandemic. $90,000 of her own money that she had in one of her retirement accounts that she used, and now they convicted her on that, and they're giving her maybe up to 40 years. Mind you, scores of other people within the same government entity as her did the same thing she did, and they didn't get prosecuted. They're not being threatened with jail time. The woman has children, young children, who she is still rearing and raising. And let me tell you what this is about. What this is about is, remember, she was the district attorney. She was the state's attorney that decided to prosecute those police officers in the case with the death of Freddie Gray, if you remember that. She's also the state's attorney that started to do things that were progressive for black people, like making decisions on crimes that just were like petty crimes that there was no need to prosecute on. She would say no. She was one of the first prosecutors that said, you know what, I'm not just going to prosecute people for simple marijuana because it makes no sense. And hold on one second, I don't know what is going on with my phone. But yeah, it's so many things that she did, so many progressive things. If you talk to the people in the Baltimore, Maryland area, they can chronicle all of the phenomenal things that she did while in office, fighting for black people, fighting for marginalized individuals, fighting for people who may not be able to afford to go to court, to have great defense attorneys, and fighting against police systems, fighting against police brutality, bad policing, all of these things. But the powers that be, you say, when I start doing that, listen, Tracy, some stories, I try to stay out of, Tracy, because I get too passionate about it. one story, I tried to avoid, but there were certain times I had Elijah McClain. I tried to avoid Elijah McClain's story because that story invokes so much emotion out of me. The story of Elijah McClain that I really try to avoid it. The case of Marilyn Mosby and this travesty of justice, and the fact that this woman who did nothing but try to be a champion for the rights of us as black people in a major city, majority black city, fighting for us, fighting against the criminal justice system and law enforcement from the inside, did nothing wrong. Hey, Spicy Original, and hey, Jason, and now they have convicted her. Let me read this. Because the NAACP, I told you April Ryan spoke on the floor of when they were having press briefings to Corinne Jean-Pierre and asked her, was the president going to look at this? And Corinne Jean-Pierre, I don't know what kind of spin you had talking about, oh, this is not up to the president, it's up to the Department of Justice. Well, that's not true, Corinne Jean-Pierre. The president can, the president can choose to pardon whoever he wants. He doesn't have to go through the whole, oh, it has to be vetted out by the whole, they have a whole process for this in the Department of Justice. Well, that's not true. The president can summarily say, I'm going to pardon her right now without going through any process from the Department of Justice. Let me read this. The NAACP has now gotten into this. So it says the NAACP on Tuesday led a group of civil rights organizations in calling for President Biden to pardon Marilyn Mosby, a former state's attorney for Baltimore. Mosby was convicted in February on a federal charge of making a false mortgage application in order to secure a lower interest rate. The conviction followed a November 2023 conviction on 2 counts of perjury relating to the withdrawal of funds from the city of Baltimore's deferred compensation plan. She faces up to 40 years in prison. In a letter to Biden, the NAACP and 14 other groups argued Mosby was unfairly targeted and convicted, quote, after enduring the political persecution and malicious prosecution of the Trump administration's Department of Justice, end of quote. They went on to say in the letter, quote, we are deeply concerned that the last administration abused their power to advance a meritless indictment against Ms. Mosby, and worse, the current administration's U.S. Department of Justice ignored a clear political motive of the malicious prosecution against Ms. Mosby, end of quote. The groups alleged that it was Mosby's commitment to accountability and racial equity that drew the ire of federal officials, including former President Trump. In February 2020, former Attorney General William Barr criticized prosecutors, including Marilyn Mosby, in a speech before law enforcement. Following the murder of George Floyd by police, Mosby appeared frequently on national television and in newspapers as an authority on police misconduct and police prosecutions. When Trump threatened to deploy federal agents to Baltimore in July of 2020, Mosby said she would prosecute any federal agents who engaged in unlawful actions against Baltimore citizens. That August, the letter said Mosby learned that she was under federal investigation. A move, quote, a move widely perceived as retaliation for her courageous stance in protecting her constituents' constitutional rights. End of quote. According to the letter, Mosby was wrongfully convicted in November, though the Department of Justice argued she did not require the funds she withdrew from the retirement plan because she retained her full salary. The NAACP and other groups said she did meet an objective standard to qualify for withdrawal. Additionally, though 739 people withdrew funds from their retirement accounts without being charged for improper withdrawals, including 3 within her agency, Ms. Mosby was the only person charged. She was then denied due process and the opportunity to testify and present exculpatory evidence. Her February conviction was based on the misrepresentation of a $5,000 gift on a mortgage application. The letter to Mosby argued that during the trial, expert testimony confirmed Mosby was improperly advised. The letter concludes that the financial implications fall far under the Department of Justice's usual $1 million threshold. Quote, we expect that political persecutions and malicious persecutions pursued during the Trump administration would not continue in the Biden administration. Miss Mosby's case is not the only one. It is the latest and one of the most egregious cases. This matter should be corrected because it is a miscarriage of justice and an example of the latest administration's misuse of authority. End of quote. Listen. Hey, Sharice. Hey, everybody coming in. Shout out to Native Land podcast that I frequently watch them. Great podcast with Angela Rye, Tiffany Cross, and Andrew Gillum. They did a whole segment on their show a few weeks back on Marilyn Mosby. They've started a petition on to get the president to they started people signing petitions to get the president to pardon her prior to her sentencing later this month. She gets sentenced, I believe, on May 23rd or somewhere around there this month, and they're really fighting to see if they can get her pardoned because she's already been convicted. And hey, Symmetry. But yeah, the travesty of justice, and we stand with her. We fight with her. I wrote to my own Congress. I wrote to my own Congresswoman about it and told her that this is something that needs to be addressed to the president directly. I'll probably write to my well, I'm not writing to my senators because I know those two bastards ain't shit. Anyway, hey, by the way, so that's Marilyn Mosby. We will monitor this and watch this as because we're getting close to sentencing. So we will monitor and watch this and keep you posted on this. We here with you in solidarity, Marilyn. We here for you. In more sugar spiky news, down in the great state of Florida, Judge Eileen Cannon, well, she has decided to indefinitely postpone his case, his Mar-a-Lago documents case, where he was illegally holding confidential and top secret documents in his Mar-a-Lago estates. And she basically said, yeah, I'm just going to indefinitely postpone this case, giving him further cover and more extensions so as to have this case not be heard before the presidential election and probably not before inauguration, so that he can pretty much be absolved of having to go to trial and or face any penalty or repercussions for all of the horrible things that he has done, for the illegal crimes that he has committed, for the fact that top secret documents were mishandled, were made available to all types of people. Like, it's just a whole lot of shit going on. Basically, she her rationale was, which most legal experts says was just some bullshit she came up with to push the can, kick the can down the road. But basically, she basically said that there was, well, let me read what the she actually wrote. She wrote, quote, in her findings, quote, the court also determines that finalization of a trial date at this juncture before resolution of the myriad and interconnected pretrial and CIPA issues remaining and forthcoming would be imprudent and inconsistent with the court's duty to fully and fairly consider the various pending pretrial motions before the court. End of quote. Basically saying, y'all got too much pretrial shit that I don't want to go through. I don't feel like handling. Y'all go work that shit out because there's too much going on. I'll just postpone it until y'all get that worked out. I got other shit to do. Basically, that's what she's saying. I got other shit to do. It's too much pretrial stuff to be figured out. And rather than me sit and go through and make sure it's all figured out, I'd rather kick the can down the road and say, it's a little too much pretrial stuff for me to go through. Now I want a part of it. Sorry. Most of the pretrial issues come from them determining how they're going to deal with classified information during the trial, how it will be handled. And she don't want no parts of having to try and work that out and deal with it. Basically, we know that she was appointed by President Trump, so she's doing her boy a solid. Trump, um, Trump appointed her, and she sees it as her duty to uphold this man and keep him out of jail, or keep him from facing trial, I should say. And as far as she can do it, so she's just going to kick the can down the road. That's what she's doing. Hey, Harold. Hey, Harold. Everybody take a moment to say, hey to Harold. God. But we knew this was gonna happen. The woman, remember, she had a previous trial with Trump a couple years ago, and she basically granted him and his lawyers anything they wanted in that trial. So we didn't expect any different in this case. We expect no different. We expected no different in this case. I can't do this because I'm about to get triggered. Moving on. Go with God. Oh, it just keeps getting worse. Hey, Xavier. In more sugar spiky news, I'm glad I'm getting this out of the way now. Lindsey Graham, Lady G, as she likes to be called, when she's snorting lines of cocaine off of the penises of male escorts down to the Washington, D.C. Anyway, she says that pro-Palestine student protesters are either dumb or terrorist sympathizers. That's what she said. Yeah. Senator Lindsey Graham discussed the two classes he felt students protesting the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza fell into, being either dumb or terrorist sympathizers, when he went on Fox News yesterday. During his appearance, he discussed ongoing protests at universities across the country regarding the Israel-Hamas conflict. And he said, quote, I think the Department of Justice needs to investigate where the money is coming from. There's two classes of people here. Anti-Semites, if you say we are Hamas and you mean it, then you are a religious Nazi. If you say we are Hamas and you don't know what Hamas is all about, you are dumb. End of quote. He also said on the broadcast, so there's dumb and there's terrorist sympathizers. And how do you fix this? Win in November. Here's what I can promise you. If Donald Trump were president of the United States, the attorney general would be all over this. These college presidents would be under the gun to stop this crap. End of quote. Mind you, I should, hey, Lady D, I saw a whole lot of y'all done came up in here. Hey, y'all, as y'all came up in here. Hey, Marla Morris. Should we remind Lady G that protests have been a long-standing tradition on college campuses. This is nothing new, Lindsey Graham. The only difference is now the fact that you are no different than some of those Lyndon B. Johnsons of the world and Bull Connors and all of the other racist, bigoted, discriminatory politicians that didn't want those kids in the civil rights era protesting, or kids during even going back to the Jim Crow South era um, protesting. You're the same bigot, the same racist as your predecessors, Mr. Graham, that sat on the Senate looking down on the college kids that were protesting the right thing. And newsflash, the college kids have been on the right side of history every time. Each time, those kids protesting in college have always been on the right side of history. You and the men of your ilk have never been on the right side of history. You, Lady G, the history of you will be you having your male escorts count your moles, ladybugs, as you like to call them, in your taint, and you sniffing lines of coke off of the penises of same said male escorts. That'll be your history, Miss Lady G, because you ain't shit. You're a racist, you're a bigot, and nobody likes you. Hey, Brittany Janae. These people make my nuts itch. I promise you. These bigots, I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of them. They make my nuts itch. I just can't. I just can't. I just can't. In more sugar spiky news. So, and let me make this big. Let me make this big so y'all can see this. So y'all can see this. Okay. So what you're seeing here is a poster that was on display at a school art show. Let me read this to you. A racist poster board featuring images of LeBron James and monkeys was somehow put on display at a school art exhibition over the weekend. And officials are now investigating how in the world the offensive piece was allowed to make it there. The project, a parody of cereal advertisement called Monkey Premium, was done by a New Hartford Central District school student in New York and then showed off in a school gymnasium at the New Hartford Festival of the Arts event on Saturday. It had a headline of "Eat Monkeys, Jump Like Monkeys" with a picture of LeBron James mid-flight in his Lakers uniform next to a bowl of cereal. Some of the text on the board let me read the text that's on the poster board. It says, quote, "These delicious monkey and banana shaped grams are tasted like both chocolate and banana. This cereal makes you jump 2 to 5 inches higher for about 2 hours after eating. It is a great pregame meal and is also great for kids. It is fun and the most delicious cereal you will ever eat." That's what it says in the small print. I think y'all can read the large print. But that's what the small print says. And then you see over there on this right hand side, it has the box of cereal that says Monkey Premium cereal on the front. This the art exhibit was met with a ton of outrage given its obvious racist tropes. And on Monday, Superintendent of Schools Cosimo Tangora Jr. said in a statement to parents and the community that officials are looking into the matter. I don't know what the fuck y'all looking into because somebody had to green light this shit. Somebody saw, first of all, it had to go through because whatever project this was, some teacher gave this project out, and that student had to turn this into the teacher. And the teacher then had to see this and say, oh, this is great. Let me submit this for the art contest. Then it went to the school wide level and got approval there. And then it went to the district level, got approval at the district level, and they had it on display at the fucking art festival. So don't tell me, oh, we have to investigate and see where this comes from. It came from you all. Hello, the phone is the phone ring. The ringing of the phone is coming from inside the house. Y'all did this. And I need not remind you, this is in the great state of New York because I keep telling y'all there's no place that's safe. I don't care if it's a blue state, red state, yellow state, green state, purple state. The whole damn country is racist. I don't know why y'all playing in our faces. The school board superintendent, the superintendent says, quote, it is disheartening that racist work was not only created, but then overlooked and allowed to be displayed. Really? Really, sir? Now you want to be on record having a problem with it? Mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. 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 Not buying it, sir. Not buying it. Mm-mm. This went through too many steps, too many levels. He also said, quote, we understand that there are students, family, staff, and community members who may not feel safe, accepted, or welcome as a result of what transpired. Our school community deserves access to a supportive learning environment where everyone feels respected, included, and safe. We have fallen short of that goal, and we must do better. As a district, we will continue working to ensure all students and their families feel valued, and it requires increased education, dialogue, and action from the entire school community. End of quote. And with that, sir, you can go to hell. Go directly to hell. You can kiss our whole ass. Hey, Ravine. Hey, Ina. You can kiss our whole ass. You can kiss the entirety of our asshole. You can kiss the fattest part of our asshole. Eat my ass because we don't believe you. Because there are too many levels and too many stages that this had to go through in order for it to get approval. I ain't buying none of it. Hi, Cajun. How are you today? You okay now? Because you and Ravine, y'all both the same. Ravine had her time where she used to roll up in here, said nobody was speaking to her, and we had to do all kinds of somersaults and cartwheels and backflips. Um, so Ravine could feel like she was special. You want to feel special too, Cajun? Hello, Cajun. How are you? You feel special now? Does that make you feel good? Does that give you a good warm feeling in the innermost part of your bodies? Everybody stop and say hello to Cajun. I need everybody in the chat, flood the chat with the hey Cajun, because we got to make sure that we spotlight Cajun so he feels special. You know, the people need to feel special in their life. Yeah, just go ahead and flood the chat with hey Cajun. We're gonna stop everything we're doing so we can all say hello to Cajun. Hey Cajun, how you doing? Hey Yana, how are you, boo? I'm so glad you're here. Ciao. Hey China White, hey boo. Yeah, we got to stop until everybody put in a hey Cajun in here. Um, so Cajun can feel, you know. Let us know when you know when we greeted you appropriately. God, hey D, what's going on? Lord, Mm. We all. Hey, Prodigy's lawyer. Hey, boo. Chloe. How you doing, boo? Child, these people are scum, though, Yana. They are. You need me to make sure you greet it properly. You sure? You sure that's what you want? You sure what you want me to do is greet you properly? Is that what you want, Cajun? I just want to be sure that's what you want. Let me be sure that you're greeted properly, okay? Let me give you a minute to think about this. Just take a minute. Take a minute, Cajun. Take a minute. Greet you proper. That's my proper greeting. Give you a minute or 60 seconds of time out. Just go to the corner. Go over there to the corner. Go take a minute or so. Go take a minute to go get in timeout so we make sure that you're greeted properly, Cajun. God. Just going over there. Watching with my wife, but I had to come in here and play loyalty to Cajun. Cajun got people falling out the bushes to say hey to him. Child. Girl. Child. I hope you feel special on your 60 seconds. Take 60 seconds to go to the corner. Anyway, LeBron, we over here. We understand what this is. We understand and we see racism when it shows itself. How you doing today? Is that Bambi Ogukwa? I hope I said that right. Not that you told Mommy Anna to get out the kitchen and go. Y'all are so silly. Y'all are silly. And that's why I love y'all. Because we are silly as hell. And only over here can we be this silly. Now let me ask y'all a question. While we looking at this art exhibit. Hey, L Love, there you go, boo. Oh man, that was a great first try. I did the best I can. I did the best. You're gonna have to put it phonetically, so I can get your name right. Because I like to get people's names right. So if you could spell it out phonetically or give me a nickname that I could do, then I'll do that. Because I don't like to get people's names wrong. That's not now my sis, really be. She be butchering names. She be butchering names. I try to get people's names right. I love really be, but she knows she bad with names. Chow. Oh, that's your husband, Mamiana. Shout out to Mamiana husband. You must be a good man because we love Mamiana over here. You must be a real good man. Child. Child. Listen, I knew really B before you knew who she was. Cajun, don't do me. That's my sis. I love her. I knew her before you knew who she was. Anyway, um, pretend you're saying aqua like water, but sound before. So go aqua. Aqua. Okay. Aqua. Okay. Got it. Is it Bambi or Bambi? Aqua. I'm okay. Okay. I'm getting that. I'm getting that. We working on it. We working on it. God is working on me in this area. I'm gonna just call you. Can I just call you Bam for short? Is Bam okay? Can is Bam okay? Oh no, Prodigy's lawyer. This was somebody's art project where they made like a cereal and then they had a poster for the cereal. But this is a real art project that was submitted on the school level, made it through the school level, went to the district, made it to the district level, and was on display at a whole art festival in a district in a school district down to in New York. Well, we're glad you came up in here. Look at Mamiana. Ciao. Look at Mamiana. You make sure you bam, make sure you give Mamiana some good tonight, okay? Make sure and go ahead and hold it down tonight, okay? Make sure you have Mamiana go to sleep with a smile on her face tonight, okay? Go ahead and knock it down. I got you. We rooting for you, bro. Go ahead and knock it down. Child. I read the school district. This is hold on. New Hartford Central School District. That's the school district. New Hartford Central School District in New York. This is what we got going on. Child. Child. Yeah. Yeah. Mariana say that's why she tired. Now you know what? Oh man, this is why I love y'all. I love us. I love me some us. KJ, you can't be meeting up with me. I have science criteria. You can't be meeting up with me, sir. I have science criteria. Anyway, in our next story, now that allegedly ends our sugar spiky moment, um, but this story could be in our sugar spike segment. It could. So that is acclaimed actor Michael Douglas. Don't do me, Xavier. Do not do me, as I'll be forced to do you harder. Child. Care. Y'all so silly. Y'all are so silly. Anyway, let me put my banner up. Because the people say I never put how to donate to the platform. There you go. I keep forgetting. So Michael Douglas wants y'all to know that he has a problem with the new rule in Hollywood where there has to be intimacy coordinators. So ever since the Me Too movement, what happens is on the set of movies, if there's a sex scene, they will have somebody not from production, or not from the production team on set. They'll have somebody, an outside entity that will come in. It's written into contracts and stuff. They'll have an outside entity that will come in, and they're called intimacy coordinators. And their job is to make sure that, it don't get too out of hand. They want to make sure that they keep the integrity of the scene where they do look like they're having sex, but they don't want it to get out of hand where someone, sexually assaults someone and things like that. Because during the Me Too movement, many actresses, I should say, were complaining that during a lot of the sex scenes, they did feel violated at times. They did feel there were cases where they felt like they were sexually assaulted in the creation of these sex scenes. And so they put parameters in place and protocols in place now that says there has to be a third party entity that comes in, and these intimacy coordinators are there to make sure that nothing nefarious goes on. Raggedy bitch ass Michael Douglas is on record saying he don't want no parts of that shit. He says, quote, "It feels like executives taking control away from filmmakers, but there have been some terrible faux pas and harassment." End of quote. He compares filming a sex scene to choreography, explaining everything was always intentionally done when he made sex scenes for movies. He also wants to make it clear that, quote, "In my experience, you take responsibility as a man to make sure the woman is comfortable. You talk it through. You say, okay, I'm going to touch you here if that's all right. It's very slow, but looks like it's happening organically, which is hopefully what good acting looks like." End of quote. But sir, 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 you want these people left to themselves to act right and do the right thing all of the time. And what the women have been screaming to you is it ain't been going that way. They've been assaulted sexually. They have been victims of people unnecessarily touching parts of their bodies that they don't need to have touched, all for the sake of, oh, I'm just filming a sex scene. What do you expect me to do? Child, the bitch ain't shit. He ain't shit. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I, left to themselves, white men across all uh, uh, genres and workplaces many times just get this shit wrong. They have always been in positions of power. They have always been able to call the shots. They have always been able to dictate how things should and should not go. So it makes sense that they got a problem with people saying, no, you can't have it your way. We need to put parameters in place. I'm just saying. And now you mad because they put shit in place so people don't feel violated and assaulted. Fuck you. This is exactly the shit that we're talking about. This is why we have to have things in place. Because you got assholes who think, why do we have to have these things in place? We know what we're doing. He's basically saying, I like it the way it's always been. We'll need to change it, keep it how it's always been. That's what white men have been complaining about every time equality comes in, every time there's a moment of equity, every time we do right by a group of people, white men come in and say, I don't like how it is now. I like it the way it was. Can we go back the way it was? No, because the shit was wrong. It was wrong and always has been wrong. And we're trying to get the shit right. Cha. Hey, Fran. Cha. Like this shit is wild. And the fact that you would come out your mouth and say this, sir, it's completely out of order, out of control. But this is the shit that they allow. It's par for the course. White men hate when they don't have full control to do it to do whatever the fuck they want to do. I'm just saying. I'm sure when you were filming some of these scenes, somebody may have wanted to have an intimacy coordinator there as well. Lord, just a mess, just a goddamn mess. Anyway, I'm sick of looking at his neck. Let me move on because his neck is scaring me. Sir, go with God. All right, so in good news, Martin Lawrence is starting his y'all know what it is tour, comedy tour, where he's gonna have comics all over the a whole bunch of comics. They have a whole tour that's going to be going on from July of this year all the way until looks like April of next year. So it starts July 30th in Arizona, and it's going to go all the way through April of next year, and it's ending in Little Rock, Arkansas. North Little Rock, Arkansas. Some of the big cities is going to Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Jackson, Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi. What is that? I can't even read what that says. Detroit, Michigan, Green Rapids, Michigan, Raleigh, North Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Louisville, Kentucky, Columbus, Ohio, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas, Oklahoma City, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Oakland, Jacksonville, Florida, Hollywood, Florida, Tampa, Florida, South Haven. Is that Mississippi? I think that's South Haven, Mississippi. Birmingham, Alabama, Nashville, Tennessee, Brooklyn, New York, Atlantic City, New Jersey, Houston, Texas, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Atlanta, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Chicago, Illinois. That looks like Wolfson, Virginia. No, that's Norfolk, Virginia. Dear God. Um, Bossier City, Louisiana, and Little Rock, Arkansas. I probably got some of those cities wrong because it's so small I can't hardly read it. But they got some comics, some good comics on there. Some of the ones that I'd like to see. I love Adele Givens. Adele Givens is fucking hilarious to me. They have B Simone on there, Chico Bean, DC Youngfly, Dion Cole, Desi Banks, Gary Owen. Y'all know I don't like that white man, Gary Owen. Jess Hilarious. Y'all know I can't stand that whore, Jess Hilarious. Miss Pat, Ricky Smiley, Benji Brown. I love Benji Brown. Benji Brown is so funny to me. Clayton Thomas, Daphne Springs, Lonnie Love, Mojo Brooks. So, and I'm sure they might add some more people to it, but it's good to see Martin out there. Somebody said, I hope Martin is doing okay. You know, he had some health scares recently, and you know, I don't know if there was some neurological damage, but I know when you see him, when I've seen him recently, you know, he looks like there's something going on with his face. Um, Kind of like if he's had some neurological issues, something similar to like when people have a stroke and you know, which affects the brain and one side of the face kind of is off a little bit, or people who have Bell's palsy is another one. Bell's palsy is another situation that can cause issues to the face. I don't know if they're all on one ticket. Those people are listed as special guests. Now, if you look closely, I don't know if they're all on one ticket, but they're all listed as special guests. They're not on every um they're not at every site. If you look at the poster closely, you can see what cities they'll be in. So yeah, if you look closely at the poster, it'll show you what cities they'll be in. Coco Brown, I don't see Coco Brown on the list. So hey, Lemon Kush Pepper. Yeah, like each city has like two or three special guests. What they have is if you look at each, I'll make it a little bigger so y'all can see it. So if you look at the names, right? If you look over here at the names here, there are little symbols next to each name. And then down here at the list of cities, they have the symbols next to the city. So you see exactly who's going to be with him in those cities. So read the list again. Harold. Child. I'm not going through all of that again. Harold. Child. Anyway, but yeah, you can find the post. Just Google or Martin Lawrence. You probably find a tour. Y'all know what it is, tour, and you'll find the poster there. Right, and you can look at it more closely. We here for it, Martin. Y'all know we love Martin. Listen, Martin is one of the greats. He is absolutely one of the greats. Phenomenal. Most people, the young kids, may know Martin just for Martin being in movies and the Martin TV show. But those of us who go back remember stand-up comedian Martin. Stand-up comedian Martin was fucking hilarious. I'm just saying. Stand-up comedian Martin was fucking hilarious. So I love remember he hosted HBO Def Jam, Comedy Def Jam, HBO Comedy Def Jam. Then he had another little comedy thing on HBO. He didn't host. He was just, he was the executive producer, or it was his show, and he would sit in the balcony or whatever. I forgot the name of the show. He would just sit in the balcony, and at the end, they hated him, and he'll just get up and wave or whatnot. I forgot the name of that show. Def Comedy Jam. That's why I couldn't think of the name of the show. But Def Comedy Jam, on HBO, he hosted that for a long time. So listen, stand up comedian Martin Lawrence was one of the greats. Fucking hilarious. Child. For all us old school gay gals, our favorite one is where he was talking about when he was on the basketball court watching his friend and the sweat was glistening off his body. Remember that one? The sweat was glistening down his body. I was like, oh, child. Oh yeah, I remember Crazy Deranged, where he talked about the girl that was crazy and deranged. I think if I'm not mistaken, that's how he came up with the movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate, from that stand-up where he talked about the girlfriend that he had that was crazy. You didn't tell me you was crazy, deranged. Martin, it's fucking hilarious. So, but Adele Givens has always been phenomenally intelligent and gifted in terms of her comedy. Fucking hilarious. Benji Brown spent a lot of time in Miami. So I've met Benji Brown many times over. Seen his stand up. He does, what's the name of the girl he plays when he does the girl? I can't think of it, but anyway, Benji Brown is fucking hilarious. Y'all know my feelings on Gary Owen. We talked about that the other day. Anyway. So yes. Put a 27 in the chat if you old enough to remember Martin doing stand-up. And if you are old enough to remember, what's one of your favorite stand-up moments from Martin? Martin has some good. Oh yeah, Miss Kiki. Yes, Kiki. Thank you, Harold. Ciao. Cause Martin has some funny shit. Listen, funny as hell. I mean, Martin go back to shit house party days and stuff like that, man. Good quality comedy. One of the greats, one of the all-time greats. Since we talking about Martin, let me think. Favorite y'all know my favorite episode of Martin. My favorite episode of Martin of all time is the episode with Biggie Smalls. The Biggie Smalls episode is the best one. I'm just saying. The Biggie Smalls episode is the best. Is my favorite episode of Martin. That's my favorite. It's so fun. That shit is fucking hilarious. That's why people say and singing in the background. That comes from shit Martin when Gina said, "I'll just be back here, dusted and singing in the background." And that's what the whole term when people say yin 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 around the house. That comes from that episode of Martin when Pam told Gina, "You got a cute little voice. It's all right for yin 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 around the house, but we all know who the real undiscovered talent is." And she said, "All right, Anita Faker. All right, phony Braxton." Child, that was my episode, bitch. Child. When Pam came in there with that outfit on, she came up to me. She said, "Remember that when Pam did that day?" I was like, "Pam, you know what? Favorite episode, nonstop. It's when Gina married the African prince for you, child." That one was funny too. One of the other one of my favorite ones is when Martin Mama was going to the church, and David Allen Greer with the pastor. She was giving all her money to the pastor, and she came in the church and shouted all the way up the she shouted all the way up the aisle, back to the door, back up the aisle, and back up. To this day, Whenever somebody go do something way out of control and way too crazy, me and my best friend still to this day be like, that bitch over there doing a Martin Mama. Just for Martin Mama in that episode, we be like, why that bitch over there doing a Martin Mama? Cause she doing way too much. Child, that was my episode, honey. One of the greatest sitcoms ever. Easily. The Mr. CD player and the fight viewing party episode. Child. What's another good episode? It's so many good episodes, child. Hey, Miss Baythang. Is that the episode Biggie made a guest? Yeah, that's the Biggie Smalls episode where Biggie made the guest appearance. And when Pam did home, she said she had Patti LaBelle wig and say, when I think of home, I think of a place. Girl, or the episode, was it the episode where they went on vacation and they was on the island, or was that the honeymoon episode when they was on the island and Pam and Martin was fighting the little animal, little big ass rat, and they was fighting that shit, and they was fighting there from one side of the room to the other side of the room. That shit had me fucking dying. Um or when Gina had to work on at Shanae's shop, and she was doing what's her name, feet, and Shanae came over there and said, what the fuck are you doing? You got to go to work on her feet. And she broke out the big fucking sander and started going like that. Any episode with Shanae was always off the chain. Any episode. Or the Jodeci episode. Well, no, it wasn't the Jodeci episode. It was the episode with Kid from Kid and Play, where it was Forever Shanae. Nay, too many good episodes. Yeah, Myra, you got to go to work on Myra's feet. Child, too funny, too funny. Yeah. Oh, all of the Jerome episodes. I say Jerome, and listen, Martin just need to come out his back. Martin, I need a new Martin episode. Too many good. It's just too many good episodes. Or the don't you know no good, no good, don't you know no good, no good, don't you know no good. Remember that episode? It's just too many good episodes. It's so many good episodes. The Dragonfly Jones, all of the ones with Dragonfly Jones, who always owed that man money and who always got his ass whooped. But all of the Dragonfly Silence. Dragonfly Jones was always so funny. Or Mr. Otis, who would always beat up the man. He grabbed that man head, getting ready to take you down, boy. Getting ready to take you down, boy. Too many good episodes. Too many good episodes. Too many good. I just remember. I remember being in school. I think when Martin first started coming out, I want to say I was in like middle school. And then it was still on when I was in high school. And I remember, I think Martin came on Sundays, right? But I remember vividly, you had to be able to go to school the next day, and you had to be able to quote lines from the episode. If you could not go to school and was not able to quote lines from the episode from Martin the night before, the problem was you. I'm just saying, that's how it was. I use sitcom songs for my ring talk. Child, you ain't wrong. Bruh man from the fifth floor. Child. Yeah. Anyway, how many of y'all is gonna go to this tour? It's coming to Atlanta, so I might what's the date on that? Oh, sometime in March. I can't see it, it's too small. I'll go look at the poster and make it big. When kids said Martin was his daddy, child. Got them draws, child. Yeah, I mean, just Martin had just some great stuff, great shit, great shit. So yeah, here for it, here for all of it. Child, I remember the Run Tell That special. Great special. Great special. It's good shit. The tickets aren't bad either. Okay. You still want okay. Great shit. Um in other news, so oh, Jesus God. So that's y'all's girl, Shawnee O'Neal, who says that she never feels like she was ever really in love with Shaq. Shaq said, I understand I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you all the best. Okay. All love, Shaq. I'm here for Shaq. Cause she was like, she said, looking back, I don't know that I was ever really in love with the man, but I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with. I was in love with the idea of building a life together. I was in love with the partnership that I never got. I didn't experience partnership in a relationship until now, but Shaquille and I have a great relationship now and beautiful children. I would not change any part of my story, no matter how depressed, how sad, how much of at the bottom I felt. I would not change one part of it. Baby Shaq was right here for it. I understand I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you all the best. All love, Shaq. Girl, cause Shaq looking at you like, okay, girl, I ain't hurting. Not at all. Let's be clear. We know who and what you were. You were a groupie skank. That's what you were. It's not missed upon us who you were. I mean, if they had a Instagram or anything back in the day when you was starting and bopping, you would have been an Instagram thought, okay? Like, girl, we're not surprised. You created a whole show for groupie whores and skanks called Basketball Wives because you didn't want to feel alone and you wanted a place to go to in solidarity where you and the other groupie skanks could talk about what it's like to get bust down by athletes, to really not have any real talent except for being a bust down. Well, you're talented maybe at doing some good makeup, putting on a good outfit, and you're talented at you're kinesthetically gifted in that you can use your body in gifted ways to do things in sexual service to the athletes. That we know who you are, ma'am. I don't think I was ever really in love with him. We know that, ma'am. You were only in love. Just call it for what it is. I was in love with money. Baby, I didn't have no money. I needed some money. I knew I had a pretty face and a good piece of and a good set of titties and some blocks and some good throat that I could use and that could make me some money. And I did that. And there it is. Girl, I'm just saying. That's what you were in love with. The man, the money. Shaq ain't never been cute. Ever. Ever been cute. Even when he was young, he was never cute. We knew what this is all about. Listen, you're no different than Mariah Mills. Well, the difference is you secured the bag. Mariah Mills hasn't secured the bag yet on Zion Williamson. Because let's be clear, we look at Zion Williamson and be like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, she's just dating Zion Williamson because she needed that money. You secured the bag by having a couple kids. Mariah Mills just ain't did it yet. But y'all still one and the same. Xavier, you say she didn't give good throat. Oh, like I mean, right? China White. I mean, everybody saw this headline and looked at it like, what you gonna tell us next? Water is wet. The sun is hot. I was never really in love with with Shaq. Really, really. Who would have thought? Child. You say he look better now than he did when he was young, child. Please be clear. Shaq ain't hurting for nothing. He ain't hurting for money. He listen. There's no shortage of skanks across the fruited plains that will go and do whatever sexual thing he wants them to do right now. We didn't need all of this. You got a whole ass husband over there. Speaking of which, why her husband decided Tamron Hall's show was the right place to address his viral moment from this weekend where he was snapping at that lady and telling her to shut up and shit at church. Listen. So that Keon Henderson, I don't know why you thought that was the right thing to do. I'm just saying. L Love, I really feel like her kids probably already know. Her kids already know what's up. Listen, they all got little kids. They got big kids. Excuse me. They got big kids. Their kids know exactly what it is. Your mama was a thought. Your mama was out there thoughting and bopping. Sorry. Somebody mama got to be a thought. It just happens to be your sorry. It is what it is. We can't change history because your mama done aged and got some cheering. She was starting and bopping. Now we can't change history just because time don't heal all wounds. We can't just change history because time don't went by. Honey, your mama was starting and bopping. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who Harold in love with? She ain't in love with Pastor Keon either, child. I don't know if she is or is not in love with Keon Henderson. I don't know. I mean, Keon is cuter than Shaq. Let's be clear. He ain't got Shaq kind of money. He probably got some change. Now he probably got some money. He got a big old mega church over there. So I ain't saying he ain't got no money. He don't have Shaq level money, but the man got money. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Child, what Yana said? Yana said she was trying to tear him down or make him look bad because to me only makes me look at her sour. But that's what I'm saying. Like, ma'am, it's not escaped on us who and what you were. Oh, friend, you say she's still a thought? Oh, wow. She's still thought and bopping? Well, is Keon being faithful to her? Or is she like Giselle was, the 51st lady? Because remember when Giselle was married to Jamal, she wasn't first lady, she was 51st lady. So I wonder, is Keon being here's a thought, here's a question. So y'all know Keon had this viral moment, right? And he then went on tap where he told the lady, snapping at the lady, telling her to shut up. Now, when I saw it, I said, and now with all of these explanations and all of these, oh, this is what it was. He said, oh, we've been dealing with this. There's been a battle for 4 years, and we've been dealing with this for 4 years. And I said to myself, how is it that you done had an issue with somebody for fucking 4 years, right? You allegedly done had issues with this lady for 4 years. Yet, on this video from the other day, the lady is on the stage in the pulpit singing in the choir. If this woman is that much of a problem, how is she on the pulpit in the choir singing with the choir or whoever that was on stage? She wasn't even out there in the crowd. She in the freaking choir. And then I thought to myself, if I'm to believe that that's true, I would venture to guess there has to be some extenuating circumstances that would allow that woman to still be in your goddamn pulpit singing in the choir, and she's that big of a problem. You know, when men allow problems like that to exist for that long, you know how that happens? Something going on behind the scenes. Is this one of those women that you had that, because you say you've been talking to her and you've been working on this for 4 years? Have any of these talks happened in your office one on one? And maybe there were some mm, things that happened that made you look past the fact that she was such a disturbance. I'm just saying, the woman could be given great sloppy toppy. The woman could have some good blocks. And if she's been this alleged disturbance for years, you continue to look past her disturbances because she got some good blocks. I'm just saying. Shawnee, you over here talking about who you was and was not in love with. You need to be over there not worried about being in love with Shaq. You need to be over there worried about Keon. Because I'm telling you, it's not a coincidence that if I'm to believe his story, she allegedly been a problem for 4 years. Baby, most churches ain't going 4 months. They ain't going 4 weeks of you gonna keep being a problem, and we gonna have you in the pulpit in the choir and stuff. No, baby, sit her down. Let her know until she get her life in order. She need to go sit down somewhere because we ain't got this type of time. We got a whole church to run. Tell her to do that in the back of the church. Don't have her in my pulpit no more. That's how the pastors I know would work. That's how the pastors would do. Right. Else it is her box serving the community. Keon, we have questions. Since you went on Tamara Hall and wanted to open this up to the world, God of mercy, God of love, you brought this to yourself. You should shut up, Keon. Let the viral moment go past and keep it moving. But you came on the Tamara Hall. Y'all weren't even on Tamara Hall for that. Y'all was on Tamara Hall to promote Shawnee's new book. But you decided it was a good idea to address the situation. You should have told Tamara, I don't want to address the viral situation. I know you want to talk about it. We're not going to talk about that on live. And Tamara would have brought it up. But she did, which meant that you was okay with her bringing it up because Tamara is a professional. I'm just saying. Yeah. Tamara asked him right, but Tamara is a professional. Tamara ain't going to ask no questions that she ain't got cleared. I'm just going to be honest. Now, y'all can say what y'all want about Tamara. Oh, girl. Hold on, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. It's bad over here. Hold on. Okay. That's better. Whew. Oh, that's better. Praise God. All right, but Keon. Keon, sir Keon. We have questions now. Now that you done opened up Pandora's box, now that you got more eyes, because the majority of America probably didn't give a damn, didn't know what this was, didn't know what was going on. Tamarin has a large swath of the white community that likes her. So now it ain't just us black people, because you know a lot of us black people, we watch church stuff because we come from the church, so we gonna watch church stuff. But now the white people finna go over there and watch it and look at it, and you don't embarrass this lady a million times over now because Tamarin has an audience. So girl, We got questions now. So you mean this been a problem for 4 years and this woman's still up in your pulpit? The woman getting her box beat in by Keon. Keon, we already know what this is, sir. And what that means to me, I would not be surprised. Y'all know how this country is. The people like to sue. The lady either finna be on somebody's talk show real soon or in somebody's lawyer's office. I'm telling you how this finna go. I'm telling you how this gonna go. She either gonna be on somebody's talk show getting broke off, maybe even on Tamara Hall. Tamara Hall might break her off, a little something. But she finna get a check some kind of way. She gonna either get a check from sitting in somebody's chair and talking to some talk show or somebody on television, or she's gonna be sitting in somebody's chair at some lawyer's desk in a lawyer's office with some litigation. It don't take much for people to sue. The woman gonna say you defamed her on national television. All kinds of shit. I'm just saying. Maybe she too noisy. She's too noisy when he beating at that child. Girl. Guess we naming the woman Pandora. Why we naming her Pandora? Girl. Hey, Quintessential. What's good, boo? Listen. Child, y'all under tornado. You need to be careful over there. Yana. Oh, you say open Pandora's box? Yeah, we gonna call her Pandora. I don't know the woman name. I don't know who she is. I reached all the way up to Mars for what? I ain't reached up to Mars for nothing. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Waist Beads by Bree say she posted already on her social media that she was embarrassed. They said she took it down and her sister talked to her. Listen, I ain't even know. Listen, did I not just say? I told you one or two things is gonna happen. If the fact that he went on Tamara Hall and talked about this, you know how this shit goes. Either she was gonna go on somebody's talk show or she was gonna sue. One of the two. Because the lady is thoroughly embarrassed. She's thoroughly embarrassed. The woman was in a pulpit. So that means people know who she is. And this is a mega church. And you openly rebuked her. This ain't back in the day. This ain't 1965 where a pastor could do that in the church. This ain't even 1985 when you could do that in your church and nobody was going to say nothing. Baby, this is 2024. You can't be talking about you the pastor of a mega church. This is being simulcast all over the fruited plains and you just finna embarrass this woman? Nah, bruh. I knew how this was gonna go. Thank you for that update, Waist Beads, because I mean, there are ways to handle this. He could have called one of his armor bearers or one of the other ministers or something and said, and whispered in their ear, hey, go over there and talk to her. Go sit her down. She's too loud. You ain't have to do that openly like that. Like, there are ways to do this. You ain't have to do that like that. I'm just saying. Now, if y'all wasn't being simulcast and this was a small church and, you ain't have to face no repercussions, maybe you could get away with it. But, baby, you are Keon Anderson. This is a big-ass church. You got people, even if you ain't simulcasting, people got their phones out at all times. You always being filmed, and you should expect that you're always being filmed. So, listen, the woman is embarrassed. And when people get embarrassed, they do things. Because now, every time she go to church, everybody gonna look at her sideways. The next time she roll up in that, baby, I wouldn't even go back. I'll find me a new church. Ma'am, listen. Because even though we can't really see what the woman looked like from the video, Everybody at that church know who she is and what she looked like. So now when you go back to that church, everybody finna be looking you up and down. Baby, the stares and the looks that you will get walking back up in there, girl, boom. We finna find out something. I think he was beating a woman's walls in. I'm just telling you, because she's not gonna still be in your pulpit if I'm to believe you've been talking to her for 4 years and she's still in the pulpit, still in the choir, carrying on. Honey. Mm-mm. 4 years. The only reason she's still up there in the pulpit, he is beating her box in. I'm just saying. He's turning her throat into he's turning her throat into either a playground or daycare. Do the math. I'm just saying. Right. She hollering for more of his rod and staff. Thank you, L. Sid. Girl, her throat has been turned into a daycare or a playground. That's the only reason that she's still up there 4 years into this. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. Somebody will post her face. So, yeah, that wasn't good. Right. Quintessential. It's child, this woman has been, you don't went on Tamarind Hall, a nationally syndicated talk show, and then you not only said you did it, you doubled down and said, and I'll do it again. Oh girl, your hubris is gonna get the best of you. Baby, baby, baby shark, doop doo 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 doo. Keon, you may not be prepared for what's gonna happen. I'm telling you, this is not gonna end well. The tree is about to start the shaking, and all of the leaves are going to shake out of the tree. I'm just trying to tell you what's about to happen. Yes, Janae, a nursery. They'll turn that woman's throat into a nursery, a daycare, a playground. God of mercy. Child. You say she misses his blessing. Y'all better get El Cid. El Cid is on top of this. El Cid ain't playing around with y'all. Listen, get El Cid off this woman. Listen, we got to move on. We weren't even supposed to be talking about this. We're supposed to be talking about trifling ass Shawnee O'Neal. Talk about she ain't really love Shaq. Like we know that. Like that was a news flash. Oh girl, she is farm raised in her throat. I'm not doing this with you, El Cid. If she do it all the time, like the member said, then and only when you preaching or singing, she might be trying to tell. I'm trying to tell you, he is blowing her. Listen, he is plunging that woman's womb. He's plunging her womb. She's giving him sloppy toppy. The church has a brand new daycare center. Her throat. Girl, you're gonna start to hear about it, and once she tell her story, they all gonna start coming afterwards. They all gonna start. All the other ones gonna start coming out. Shawnee, you over here talking bad about Shaq. You about to be in the whole same predicament again, and you finna find out that sometimes the pastors, the men of God, will do you worse than the athletes. You thought it was bad dealing with Shaq. You finna find out real quick, real fast. Child, I'm just saying. She's a whole carnival. You know what? She's a water slide at the park. I'm not doing this with y'all. Y'all are carrying on in this goddamn chat. Pastor been passed around. Right. Y'all are carrying on in this chat. I'm not doing this with y'all. Now, y'all know Keon is a little cute piece of something. He probably got a little meat on him. I don't know. He might got a little meat on him, child. Shawnee girl. Waist beads by Breeze or other church members, and she know about. So she distracting the false word. Like he said, it's a distracting spirit. Sir, she distracting you. And there it is. Because she probably knows something. All in the colon. You know what? And you know what? I'm not doing this with y'all. Yep, she ain't the only one. The preacher is administrator. Right. And she probably know where a few bodies are buried. Bruh. I'm sure it's people in her inbox that side with her and say, girl, let me tell you what I know. That people already been in her inbox. Girl, let me tell you what I know, girl. Here you go, girl. You in danger, Keon. You in danger. Your hubris is gonna take you down. Anyway, we gotta go on. Go with God. Um, um, the piece of human excrement. DJ Vlad, the man descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Now she got the deacon in her inbox. In her inbox, not her box. Her inbox. Anyway, DJ Vlad has issued an apology to Professor Jenkins, and um sir, we don't care. We're not looking for your apologies. Um we don't care. He said, quote, he posted on his Twitter, I believe it was, quote, after considerable reflection, I would like to apologize to Morgan Jenkins for tagging her job in my replies during our Twitter exchange last weekend. We don't want your apology. We're not soliciting your apology. Go to hell. Because see, now you're facing the black backlash because you so want to be invited to the cookout. You so want to be a part of what we got going on over here in the black community. Right. He's Michael Rappaport 2.0. Sir, yeah. The people have already started to cancel you. Don't come over here backpedaling and pussy popping now, sir. We don't want your apology. We don't accept your apology. Um, no, he didn't at Princeton in that apology. No, he didn't. He did not. I'm just saying. Sir, you're a piece of shit. We don't like you. We don't want you around us. We don't respect you. Eat dirt and die trash. Eat dirt and die trash. Because that's what you are. You're fucking trash. We stand with Professor Jenkins. We uplift her. We support her. And we vilify you. Sir, go to hell. I might get triggered. Go with God, sir. God, how did this story even make it in the dossier? Hey, please, God, help me, Lord. These two are bad. Oh, just God. I was having so much fun talking about Keon and this woman who was screaming out. He knew exactly who to go to because he was so used to hearing her screams. Child. Uh, child. Y'all hold on for a moment. Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, I had to go see about something. It was urgent. Anyway, so these two whores. Where's my screen? Okay, there we go. These two whores, JT and Suck It Hannah. What else is over here talking about? Child. Child. What else is over here still talking about? Yeah. Catherine Powell said, who being sued, Catherine Powell? Child. Child. Pastor used to telling her to hush. When you in the pastor's office, you don't want nobody to hear as they walk by. So he have to tell her to hush all the time. She's a screamer. He knows that. He knew that scream, honey. He done heard it before. I would make him the subject of the next semester. How not to beef on the internet. Child. Y'all are carrying on in this goddamn chat today. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyway, child, L said, you know, this is the corner. We say whatever over here. This is when they send you to the corner, they send you over here. So, you know, you can say whatever over here. You know, we act up over here. We act up over here. Anyway, so Suck It Hannah. Did you say it's been said? That's what I call her. Suck It Hannah. She's allegedly beefing with JT. We talked about this Monday. So she done made a diss record. She done dropped a diss record on JT. Now Suck It Hannah, whose real name is Destiny Henderson, not to be associated with Keon Henderson, whom we were just speaking about. She dropped the diss record today that, you know, most people have already said this is about JT. And it's called Cocaine. That's the name of the record. In one of the lines, she says, quote, quote, you've been hating on Carisha since a baby. You got booked 3 years and you was stealing out of Macy's. I ain't heard the song, so that's one of the lines from the song. Another line from the song says, everybody in Miami say you suck dick lazy. You demonic asshole. You demonic asshole. Tell them how you worship Satan. Pray to God through your B. Now you come home and you hate him. Old thieving ass, angry beaver looking motherfucker. You was mad at Ice Spice because your nigga wanna fuck her. Baby, I don't know. I don't know. I would play it for y'all, but I don't want to get no Sucking Hannah ain't worth me getting a copyright strike again. I mean, we know that lyrics like that is gonna put her in the pantheon of female rappers. I'm just saying, no greater lyrics have ever been penned by a female rapper in all of the annals of time. When they create the Mount Rushmore of not just female rappers, but all rappers, period, I am certain that Destiny Henderson, Suck It Hannah, will be front and center on that Mount Rushmore. Shall I read the line, a couple lyrics again? First lyric I read, you've been hating on Carisha since a baby. You got booked 3 years. You was stealing out of Macy's. I guess that rhymes. Macy's, baby. I guess. I mean, this is inspiring work, you all. I mean, what are we talking about? Listen, We have to appreciate what this woman has penned here. I'm telling you, I have listened to rap longer than most of these girls been alive, and I've never heard such prolific and poignant lyrics in any rap song that I've ever heard in my life. She went on to say, and let me read the other lyric again. Everybody in Miami say you suck dick lazy. You demonic asshole. Tell them how you worship Satan. Pray to God through your beat. Now you come home and you hate him. Old thieving ass angry beaver looking motherfucker. You was mad at Ice Spice because your nigga wanna fuck her. I don't listen. I'm listen. I am over here almost at tears at how just how prolific this. I'm almost in tears. The emotions welling up in me right now at these words. It's choking me up. Y'all see I'm choking over here. Choking me up. I mean, I'm getting choked up, literally. Suck it, Hannah. I gotta give you did your big one on that one. I mean, you did your big one, girl. Girl, you did your big one. I know I know we've been over here talking about how great Kendrick Lamar's diss records were, but I know for his next rap battle, Kendrick Lamar needs to go and study at the feet of Suckin' Hannah, because Suckin' Hannah is over here changing the game. The woman is over here changing the game. Y'all don't see her for who she is. Y'all don't understand. See, y'all aren't progressive enough. She is ahead of her time. Years from now, there will be college courses built off of the lyrics from this song. They will do entire rhetorical analyses based on the lyrics to this song. Y'all behind the game. The woman is a pioneer, a trailblazer, way ahead of her time. I'm calling it right now. Suckin' Hannah is going to go down as the greatest rapper to ever walk the face of the earth. I'm telling you right now. Y'all just need to catch up. Y'all just don't see it yet. I'm telling you. I see shit before it comes. Suckin' Hannah, we just gonna call it right now. Greatest rapper to ever walk the face of the earth. Girl, you did your big one. I'm just saying, girl, you did your big one. Girl. Katrina, 2 weeks straight, girl. She finna be in the news for the next 2 decades because I'm telling you, there ain't a rapper, dead or alive, that's ever written better than that. Suck it, Hannah. You did that, girl. You did that. I'm proud of you. Get it, girl. Get it. We proud of you, Suck it, Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, Suck it, Hannah. That's all I got for y'all today. Listen, I did the best I could over here without, just emoting and crying tears of joy and ecstasy from the sheer words of that song. I mean, I'm literally over here verklempt from it. I'm just saying. Now she about to have Saucy write her a verse, child. Listen, we've enjoyed ourselves today. I didn't even know we was going to delve into the world of Keon Henderson and all that he got going on over there with that lady. But yet we did. Yet and still we did. We had a great time over here. Y'all was, listen, shout out to y'all in the chat because y'all was over here going in and I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I'm getting better. It's getting better day by day. It's really be going live, Harold, because Harold be so quick and ready to get up off here. All right, El Teddy, bye. How you know I was getting off, Harold? You see how Harold be doing me? And he's supposed to be a hall monitor. He ready to get up off here. I love you too, Harold. Girl. Y'all see how Harold be doing me? He ain't shit. I still love him, but he ain't shit. Child. Care. See if my sis. Really B did tell me she has some stuff to do tonight, so she's not probably going. She may not go live tonight, or it's gonna be late. So y'all cut up. They did cut up today, Yana. They was cutting up. I got to get out of here, or my nose embarrasses me today. Child. My nose is trying to embarrass me today. You ain't gonna embarrass me today. We're not gonna let you do that. I ain't think about you, Harold. I am not thinking about you, Harold. We could take this to the members only chat and have it out there. You don't want this, Harold. This ain't what you want. I'll come over there to Alabama and let you know what it is. I'll come right on over there. We'll be windmilling in the streets. I'm just saying. I think I did, L said. Anyway, y'all. And look at y'all over there windmilling for Harold. Child, y'all know y'all love y'all some Harold. Y'all, you got a lot of construction over there, L Love, child. Don't you hate that construction? This should slow down traffic and all kinds of stuff. Listen, y'all. Did you know that Dre's baby daddy has 3 other kids? You talk about Drea baby daddy, the basketball player? Mm-hmm. Child, we know. She know too. Child, girl. Child, girl. Anyway, let me get out of here. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Yeah, we about to get up out of here. He's doing a lot to prove, child, girl. Xavier, we already know what it is, girl. Anyway, let me get on. I'm supposed to be live with Abby and Kiss My Cheeks in a little bit. To do Kiss My Cheeks TV and Abby to do some fashion stuff for Met Gala. That's what we're supposed to do. Dear God. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and gorge myself with copious amounts of narcotics to get all of this stuffiness out. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all so much for the love. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.